Yep. Inside, I want to kill myself. We are on an 0-7 run over the last 2 days. After tonight was just complete bullshit. So that's how I'm going to start off this show. Horrible Sunday, 1-5. I don't even know what to tell you about that. I just don't want to do this anymore. I have never seen anything like this, man. With the slump continuing, 2 straight losses, not a good day at all. 0-4. I just have not had a good season, man. What kind of slump that I'm on? The slump continues. I've reached a new peak, actually. I'm going to burn my Bruins hat, man. I don't know what is going on with the Bruins. March 8th, is that what it is? I don't even know. It's March 9th, I think. Who even knows, man? I don't know what day it is anymore. I don't even know what day it is anymore, man. Back with you after the worst day that I could possibly have. Back with you, as I always am. Until I die, at least. 0-2 yesterday, and yesterday did not go well for me. 0-5. The worst month that I've ever had in my 18 years doing this. I don't know what to even tell you about this anymore. Broke the slump yesterday as the slump discontinues. The slump continues. Somebody fucking kill me, please. I don't even know what I should do at this point other than potentially end it all. What's up, everybody? It's Toad. I'm back with you, I guess, for the WNBA bracket special, playoff special, not so special. I don't know why you're even watching this, man. I told you I was going to do this, and this is going to be stupid. I think it's going to be quick. It's going to be very boring, most likely. But if you're here, you're here, I guess, and you're queer, and there's something wrong with you. I don't know what else to say. We'll see what happens with my plays today. College football was going decent for the most part. Baseball was a 1-1 split. That's already done. College football potentially could get us to a 4-2 day. I mean, I would much rather have that than a 3-3 day. It's probably going to wind up either 3-3 or 4-2. Hopefully my 2 plays that are remaining are hopefully not both going to lose. I mean, I think Miami's pretty much about to put that one away. Vandy is still totally up in the air. I think I have the Ole Miss Arkansas game on, I think, right now, which is on ESPN right now. I think that's behind me right now. Actually, a close game. But we're going to talk about WNBA instead, man. It's just so boring, dude. Like, ESPN doesn't even have a bracket game for it, so I'm just doing it on this website that who even knows what this website is. Second season. I don't even know, man. But this is what we have going on here. This is the WNBA playoff structure. And you know me, when I fill out brackets, I look at the odds. I have the series prices up right now, but really I think what we want to do is look at the futures first. See what the odds are to win the championship. There are only 8 teams in the playoffs. I believe, I think it's only 12 teams in the league, and 8 of them make the playoffs, something like that. Whatever it is, there are 8 teams in the playoffs. I mean, we know what the playoff structure is. Interesting to see some of the odds here. You can see some teams that are a bit potentially undervalued here. Like, some of these prices may look a little bit odd to some people, though, of course, Minnesota has the best odds to win. I mean, everybody knows they're the best team far and away. They have the best record to win the whole thing. But you know how I fill out brackets. If you watch any of my bracket shows, I did the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, college basketball, March Madness, whatever. I did all those, and I fill it out backwards. You want to build your bracket backwards, just like me. Build it backwards, make it built backwards. And the first thing you want to do is identify who you want your champion to be. And I will say that you don't necessarily want to just pick the team with the best odds. You want to go against the grain. And now that's difficult to do here because we don't have actual pick percentages. So we don't know like who's actually picking what team at what rate. But my guess here is going to be that I would guess that more than 50% of players are going to pick Minnesota to win the whole thing. Like, that probably sounds about right to me. They clinched the 1 seed like weeks ago at this point, basically. Everybody knows they're the best team in the league. There's probably this narrative that basically they have to get back here. You know, they have probably the league MVP, Collier. She actually played the other night, I think, in their final game. I thought they were just going to rest her, and she actually played, which is an interesting move, I guess, from Minnesota. Minnesota is definitely the best team in the league, but I'm not so sure that they're going to be the champion here, man. I mean, yes, they have the best odds. They're plus 115, but if you think that more than 50% of pickers are going to be picking them, then you actually probably want to pick a different team and go against the grain here, man. So I'm actually going to probably go with the Aces. The Aces have been hot though, man. I mean, they're the hottest team in the NBA, in the WNBA, the NBA. Oh God, in the WNBA right now. They finished the season, I believe, on like a 15-game win streak, unless they lost right near the end. I don't know. I don't have their schedule up on ESPN right now, but they won so many games in a row. They were just dominating. They got Asia Wilson there. I mean, it almost seems like it's destined to be Minnesota against Vegas in the finals at this point. Minnesota. Again, they were in the final last year, so I think the narrative is going to be, well, they want to get back there and win it this time. They were my pick last year in my bracket to win the whole thing. I had Minnesota over the Liberty, and the Liberty beat Minnesota, and it was close. I think it came down to like a bad call, pretty much. Now, these are series, so I think the opening series, I believe, are actually best of 3, if I'm not mistaken, and then they become best of 5 series later on. So it's a bit of a quick playoff structure, but I believe that's what it is. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, because I don't know fuck about the WNBA really, though I've given out winning plays on the WNBA over the course of the season. I know I haven't given out any plays for a couple of weeks, but I probably will give out some on my show during the playoffs. Don't know if it's going to be in any of the game ones, or I believe half of the games, maybe all of the games actually we might have all the game ones tomorrow actually. So we will see. Now, looking at what we got here, I was just going to say Vegas, they have the second best odds. They're at plus 280. If you want to fade Minnesota, because the public is probably just going to take Minnesota to go the whole way, I would go with the Aces. I know the Aces look bad early in the season. Some people probably will be taking them just because they're so hot right now, but I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to go with Vegas to win the championship. And I guess, hold on a minute. Does that... Yeah, I think that's... I think I picked them to win the whole thing there. So I'm actually going to go with Vegas to do it. I mean, they do have some experience as well. I think part of the reason they started slow this year is because they changed their roster a little bit. I mean, they still have a couple of their best players back. They did lose, like, Plum to L.A., and she's not even in the playoffs. They kept Asia Wilson, a couple other players that they have there. They added some new pieces, and they're really gelling right now. So I am actually going to go with them to win this whole thing. Looking at, who the finalists are going to be, I mean, you probably have to put Minnesota to the final as well. I don't know if we have odds to get to that, because I don't think in the futures market, I don't think we saw it, because we see champion, we see who's going to be in the finals here, but it's the finals matchup basically, so we don't see betting on, because I wanted to see, what are the odds on Minnesota to just get to the finals? But, I mean, everybody's going to have them there, but I kind of think you have to. So that's what I'm going to do. It's boring. I know we're going to have the number 1 against the number 2 in the finals. So we do have the number 2 winning. Yeah, so I did pick it right. So, yeah. So we're going to have the number 2 winning the whole thing. I know it's a bit of an issue there. Seattle is pretty undervalued right now, man. That's who Vegas does have to get by in the first round. So Vegas... I mean, neither path is easy for Vegas or Minnesota. Neither of them have an easy path. Every team that's in the playoffs right now is a pretty strong team, except maybe Indiana, because we know Indiana doesn't have Caitlin Clark, so I almost said Caitlin Cunningham. That would be an interesting pairing. If Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham start dating, man, they become a lesbian item, even though I think they're both straight. Maybe that would be Caitlin Cunningham. No, Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham are both out. I wish there were props on how many dildos get thrown during the postseason, man, because it seems like the dildo throwing is now happening in the NFL. If you saw, the NFL actually had a dildo thrown on Monday night at the Chicago Bears Vegas game. Vikings. Oh, my God. My mind is so out of it right now. Chicago Bears against the Vikings. I think a dildo. It was green again. I think a green dildo got thrown. I think there was one in one of the preseason games as well. But whatever. Vegas, they do have to face... so let me go back to the series markets here, because Vegas does have to face a pretty difficult opponent here in Seattle, but they are still a minus 400 favorite to win. Of course, Minnesota's the biggest favorite to get through the first round. They're playing Golden State. I mean, they're the number 1 against the number 8, so it is kind of a mismatch. Golden State, they don't have playoff experience really right now. They're new to this whole thing, so obviously we're going to expect Minnesota to get through that pretty much without issue, but I think Vegas should get by Seattle as well. Seattle, they have kind of a new roster too, so I think experience is going to kind of catch up to them as well against the experienced Vegas team. So I do think Vegas will get through them, even though Seattle is a pretty difficult opponent. The 4-5 matchup, you got Phoenix and the Liberty here. The Liberty, of course, are the returning champs. They are a minus 200 favorite. I am going to go with the Liberty to win that one in the 5-4 matchup. They are the favorites, so I kind of just default to them doing it. But I think experience will put them through as well. I mean, they are the returning champs, so I don't really expect them to go down immediately against a Phoenix team that I don't think has quite as much experience. So we will do that. I told you this is going to be quick and boring. And then the 3-6, I think you got to take Atlanta in that one. It's going to pose somewhat of a difficult matchup, I think, for Vegas in that second round, but I don't really see Indiana being able to do it, man. Atlanta's minus 390. Indiana has played fairly decently without Caitlin Clark, but I mean, they're fairly inexperienced here as well. At least Atlanta does have some experienced players like Brittany Griner, who's also a man, so I'm going to get the channel nuked just because of that, probably. No, I meant in Minecraft, in Mancraft, whatever. But I do think Atlanta will get through that just kind of inexperienced, very injured Indiana team. I do think Atlanta will get through that. Vegas did play well against Atlanta during the regular season. I believe Vegas season swept them, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think Vegas, because they had the tiebreaker against them for the 2 seed. I think Vegas was 2-0 against them, so I do think they will be able to get through. Obviously, I have them winning the whole thing, so... And that's basically it. And then tiebreakers, combined score in the final playoff game. I mean, I don't know. It's probably going to be kind of a low-scoring final. You would think that the last game is probably going to be a bit defensive. I mean, I don't know, 152, maybe, who knows, man. I mean, these games are a bit lower scoring than like NBA games or whatever. Final score at halftime, probably more of the points tend to get scored in the second half than the first half because it comes down to intentional fouls potentially at the end and whatever. So I don't even know, man. 73, maybe, something like that. Why not? That's the bracket. That's it. I'm going with Vegas to be the champion this year over Minnesota. Love it or hate it, whatever, or like it or love it if you're John Gruden. But that's going to do it. So that's it. That's the bracket. That's the special. I told you it would be quick. Nobody in the chat. I know. It's WNBA. Whatever. I'll be back with you guys tonight. For NFL, I'll be there for like midnight Eastern, basically. I'll do the NFL show. We'll recap what happens for the remainder of the day. Hopefully it's a winning day again. College football seemingly going a little bit better. Well, last week was fine in college. College football really was just bad. Week 0 into week 1, and then week 2 we did really well. And week 3 seems like it's going to be a winner. But hopefully Vandy does get there. That would make it... Actually, if Vandy doesn't get there, I think it will be a 2-2. It'll be a slight loss. So we do need Vandy, actually, because we lost the game last night in Kansas State. So we'll be 3-2 if we get Vandy, assuming that we do get Miami as well. But hopefully that does happen. I'll be back again midnight. We'll talk about the entire NFL card. I will have my plays ready to go for the NFL. I have one that's absolutely definitive. There is going to be one that is going to be one of the Monday night games that I think is the best game on the board. I actually like both Monday night games because there's two. I talked about the Monday night doubleheaders, and I was like, why isn't it? Because usually I thought it was a doubleheader in week 1 usually. I'm like, where's the doubleheader? Apparently it's this week there's a doubleheader, and I actually like both games, and I like one a lot. One of them is, I think, the best bet of the week, and then I will probably have at least, I don't know if I'm going to have a bet in the other Monday night game, but I will probably at least have 1 or 2 more on the Sunday slate, so we'll figure it out. I'm going to dive into it a little bit more between now and then, and we'll talk about it. So I'll be back with you then. It's going to do it for now. This has been the WNBA Not So Special for the WNBA playoff bracket, man. And my camera hates it so much, it's like not even adjusting. It's like I can't even look at you right now, man. I can't even focus on you because you're talking about WNBA. Peace out for now. There's no way I could get Clint to come on to talk about the WNBA, by the way, for an episode of Bald. He'll be back to talk about baseball playoffs, though. That's going to be... something that's going to be in the near future. And my Boston Red Sox won't even be in it, but his San Diego Padres will be. So we'll see what happens then. I'll be back with you for the NFL show in a few hours, couple hours probably. That's going to do it for now. Peace for now.